Guru Parampara, everything has to connect back to Krishna. Yes, you read the Guru Parampara list, Prabhupada writes in the introduction, right? Bhagavad Gita introduction, the last page, if you see, Prabhupada has given all the way from himself, all the way to Krishna. So he has given the connection, Guru Parampara. But even Krishna says, when it comes to prema, Srimati Radharani is my Guru. And he says, he even goes on to say that I am Srimati Radharani's puppet. If she says dance, I'll dance. Whatever she says, I'll do. I have no control over myself. I am completely under the control of Srimati Radharani. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. So, Krishna has himself considered, so for us, particularly coming in the Gaudiya line, who are trying to achieve that prema for Krishna, there is no other option than to accept Srimati Radharani. Without her, there is no prema. So our connection to Srimati Radharani, our Guru, is actually a representative of not actually Krishna, but for us, he is actually Srimati Radharani's representative. So this is a very important concept to understand. That is why Bhakti Siddhanta says, he's just a boy standing. For us, Radharani is very important. Krishna considers Radharani to be his Guru, to the point that he is ready to do anything she wants. We all know the famous Gita Govind story, right? Gita Govind, it talks about all the beautiful pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Jayadeva Goswami. So one day he is writing, right? He's writing the story. Writing that story about how Srimati Radharani one day is very angry because Krishna has not come on time. Probably he was in Indian Standard Time, we are very famous for doing things late, right? So then, Krishna came late, but Radharani is Gaurangi, she is everything on time. Yeah? So she is waiting, Krishna didn't come, so she is upset, Krishna is not there. So she calls Lalita and Vishaka, says, I am very upset, don't allow that rascal inside. So she makes 3 vows. What are the 3 vows? I'll not see him, I'll not talk to him, I'll not touch him. Okay? So then, Krishna comes. And then, then he says, no, I have to see Srimati Radharani. Then say, no, you can't go. No, somewhere or other I'll pacify her. You please allow me inside. He cheats his way, goes inside. But still, Radharani is in this angry mood. Right? And then so, one of the name is Pramoda Kananeshwari. She's very jealous. Right? So she is very possessive of Krishna. So Krishna is, trying to pacify her. Nothing is working. So what he does, he puts his head on the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. Now Jayadeva Goswami is about to write this sentence and he says, nah, this cannot be right. Right? Why will Krishna put his head on the feet of a devotee? It should be the other way around. So he thinks, maybe I am not thinking right. Right? Maybe I need to think a little bit before I write this particular pastime. He says, okay, every day I'll go, he takes bath in Ganga. So I'll go take my bath and come back and then finish this line. Gets up, he goes to take bath. In the meantime, his wife Padmavati, she has cooked a big feast. He takes bath, comes back. Padmavati serves him nice food. He eats it very nicely. Then he says, okay, I'll go and finish, continue writing my poem. So he goes inside. Padmavati sits and starts eating. Because Vedic tradition is what? The wife eats after the husband. Why? I've told this in some classes. Do you know why the wife has to eat the last? She is the master of the house. Wife, keep this in mind. In Vedic culture, wife is the master of the house. And whoever is the master should eat last. So the rule for a grahastha is, if the servants have not eaten, the master cannot eat. I am not exaggerating this. You can go and read Mahabharata. Even Draupadi says this. She says in one, Satyabhama is asking her, how do you control 5 husbands? One husband is so difficult to manage. And she says, don't worry. You take care of them nicely, they will be all in your control. They all, the Pandavas think they are running the kingdom. Actually, no. They don't even know how many gold coins are there in treasury, how many cows we own, how many horses are there in the military. Nothing. I am in control of everything. So that is why tradition is the wife eats the last. So Padmavati sits and she starts eating. And then Jayadeva Goswami comes and says, what are you doing? He says, what am I doing? I am eating prashadam. Why are you eating without giving me? What do you mean by giving you? I gave you so much, you ate more than usual. You even finished all the sweets. What are you talking about? Then he says, no, I am just coming back from taking bath. She says, no, you came, you ate, you even went inside to eat, finish your poem. And then something strikes in Jayadeva Goswami and he runs inside and the verse that he has started which he did not complete was completed. And what was written, it was not written that, Krishna falls at the lotus feet of Radharani. I fall at the lotus feet of Radharani. So then he understands Krishna himself personally came and wrote, Mom. He didn't say Krishna, he said Mom. That means I fall at the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. So then he realizes, okay, Srimati Radharani is not an ordinary, because she is the pleasure potency of Krishna. Krishna divides himself into two. Because on his own he cannot be happy. You try to be happy on your own. After 10 minutes you will get irritated. That's true even for Krishna. So in order for Krishna to feel pleasure, he needs Srimati Radharani. That's why he divides himself. And Radharani further divides herself into multiple gopis. So all the gopis of Vrindavan, they are all expansions of Srimati Radharani. So ultimately even the gopis have to approach Krishna through Srimati Radharani. If that is true for Vraja gopis, then we can think where we are. But then the question arises, how can we approach Srimati Radharani? Because she is so exalted. Even Krishna is if sitting at his foot, where are we? How do we approach Srimati Radharani? Right? There is a very small secret. I am going to tell this secret because this is the secret Vrishabhanu Maharaj followed. Because today is Radhaashtami, appearance day of Srimati Radharani. So we will quickly hear the story of how Radharani took birth. Right? So there was this king in Vraja called Mahabhanu. He had 4 sons. One of them was Vrishabhanu Maharaj. He was a great king and he was married to a beautiful princess called Kirtida. Both of them were extremely pious, very nice devotees. But for some reason they didn't have any kids. So Vrishabhanu Maharaj was very distraught that they didn't have a kids. So then he told Kirtida that I am going on a pilgrimage. I am going to go on a pilgrimage. So he goes on a pilgrimage. He goes to various rivers, take baths in various kunds and pious places. He goes on full Tirtha Yatra, everything. And then finally he comes back to Vrindavan. He comes to Govardhan. Right? And there he decides, I am going to do a severe vrata to Katyayini. All the gopis also do Katyayini vrata. So he starts doing this severe tapasya for hundreds of years. Still, finally, he hears an Akasha voice that says, you can't achieve perfection until what? You have chanted the holy name of the Lord. So then he goes in search of a guru and his guru teaches him which mantra? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Kratu Muni teaches Vrishabhanu Maharaj the Mahamantra. So he comes and he starts chanting the holy name of the Lord. And the moment he starts chanting, and within a very short time, he gets the darshan of Katyayini, who gives him that because you have chanted the holy name of the Lord, I am giving you this, what boon you want. He says, you know what I want. So then he gives him a beautiful golden egg, which is shining with all the light of the whole universe. Even Surya Deva cannot come near that egg. And then so he takes it back, and his Kirtida is waiting. Finally, when she sees Vrishabhanu Maharaj coming home and sees this beautiful golden egg, she is very happy. And she knows that he has achieved success. And then when both of them touch the egg together, it opens. And from that comes Srimati Radharani. But, so they are very happy. They have got this most beautiful girl in the whole entire creation. Even, there is nobody to compare. There is no words to describe. So they are extremely happy. So Vrishabhanu Maharaj, being the king, arranges for a big ceremony. He gives cows and gold and everything in charity and everything. But there was one problem. She is not opening her eyes. She is not talking, and she seems not to listen to anything. So they are all worried. Is Srimati Radharani blind and deaf and dumb? Oh my God, she is so beautiful, but what is this? Why is the providence testing us like this? Immediately there is a problem. Who appears? Narada Muni. You see, anybody has a problem in, you see any Vedic story. Even if you are a demon, if you have a problem, the only person who solves is Narada Muni, right? Even when Hiranyakashipu had a problem with Prahlad, Narada Muni came. Maybe Vishnu is hiding in his heart. So Narada Muni comes, and so he says, don't worry about all of this. You first organize a birthday festival for Srimati Radharani. And you call all your friends and relatives. Right? So then Vrishabhanu Maharaj arranges a huge Radhaashtami festival. Right? And he calls everybody, all his friends. And his dearest friend is Nanda Baba and Yashoda Maiya. So they come, they bring that small baby Krishna also. Right? So there's all these festivals are going on, everybody is busy. Radharani is put on this beautiful silk golden cradle, and as everybody is busy, Krishna crawls and comes near Srimati Radharani, and the moment he comes near Srimati Radharani and looks into that cradle, she opens her eyes, because she doesn't want to see anybody other than Krishna. She doesn't want to hear anyone other than Krishna. And she doesn't want to speak to anyone other than Krishna. You remember the 3 vows she had? It cannot work, because she keeps on breaking that vow. Because that's how her birth itself started. Right? So, so this is the secret. If you want to approach Srimati Radharani, you have to loudly chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Because the Hare in the mantra represents Srimati Radharani. Okay. Generally we think, Hare, some people, we all know it as Srimati Radharani. So we chant Hare Krishna, energy of Krishna, O Krishna. So the next line we chant. What do we chant? Hare Rama. What does Rama means? Somebody thinks Lord Ram, Balaram. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says no. Rama in Hare Rama mantra actually means Radha Ramana. So the Hare actually means only Srimati Radharani. Right? And what is the meaning of the Mahamantra? O Radharani, O Krishna, please engage me in your service. Right? Because we want to approach Krishna's service through Srimati Radharani. Right? But Raghunatha Das Goswami inverts the meaning. He says, no. We are actually praying to Krishna, please engage me in Radharani service. That's the mood with which he is approaching the Mahamantra. So, this Mahamantra is so special. The holy name, because without the holy name, we cannot understand or approach either Krishna or Srimati Radharani. Particularly the name Radha, right, is so powerful that it is said when you just start saying Ra, it has 2 syllables, Ra and Da, Radha, right? When you say Ra, you are already eligible for liberation. All the yogis, they are all doing, thousands of years of, all these tapasya. Just by saying the syllable Ra, you are eligible for liberation. And when you finish by saying Radha, the second syllable Da, Krishna comes to you. Krishna says, there's this, in Brahma Vaivatra Purana, he says, when somebody says the name of Radha, when they say Ra, I get attracted to that person. And when they finish by saying Da, Radha, I become indebted to them. Right? And he says, when somebody chants the holy name of Srimati Radharani, there is nothing I can give to him. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Now you are all, Krishna is indebted to all of you. Because you have said Radharani's name. So, the only way to approach the Lord or Srimati Radharani is by chanting the holy name. Because the holy name will reveal the form. And further, the holy name alone will reveal the qualities. And further, the holy name will reveal our Swarupa. And then, the holy name will reveal the pastimes of the Lord. So, we may think, oh, I am coming to the temple, I am having darshan of Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. Yes? Yes or no? You are completely wrong. Gaur Govind Maharaj says, you cannot see them. Then why am I coming to temple, Prabhu? What is the point of coming to temple? We come so that they can look at us, and by their merciful glance, we can improve in our Krishna consciousness. So we should come to the mood to the temple. I am going to Sri Radha Gopinath. No. I am going to be seen by Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. That's why Prabhupada says, don't try to see God. Try to act in such a way that you will be seen by God. Right? This is a very, very deep statement Srila Prabhupada is making. Because we do not have capacity to see the Lord. We do not have the spiritual eyes. Maybe some of you do. If so, please bless me. But the reason of us coming here is so that the Lord will see us, and by their merciful glance, we can improve and achieve that love for Krishna and Radharani. Right? So that is the whole point. And when we do follow festivals like this wonderful Radhaashtami festival, then we get a bumper. It's like Black Friday sale. Whatever you do is multiplied. How many of you fasted half a day today? If you have fasted half a day today, you have followed 1 crore Ekadashis. That is 10 million Ekadashis you have followed. The Shastra says, if you have fasted even half a day today, you have destroyed millions of lifetimes Brahmahatya Papa. You know what is Brahmahatya sin? It's a sin of killing a Brahmana or a cow or your own mother. If you have done millions of that sin, even that is wiped away just by the mercy of Srimati Radharani. That's how powerful Srimati Radharani's mercy is. She is the mercy incarnation. It's very easy to satisfy Radharani, but it's very difficult to satisfy Krishna. You have to fast until night 12 o'clock. Then also you can only eat Ekadasi Prasadam. Right? Whereas today, after lunch, full. See how merciful Srimati Radharani is. So it is very easy if we approach Krishna through Radharani. And that is through the service of spiritual master. Because the spiritual master is representative of Srimati Radharani. Sakshat Daritvena Samasta Sastra. So on this day, whatever service we do, it all gets multiplied millions of times. You have come to the temple to see Srimati Radharani today, it's a very wonderful thing. You hear about Srimati Radharani, amazing. Somebody talks about Srimati Radharani, great. You Don't do anything, just go and eat Srimati Radharani's prasadam. Amazing. Anything that we do today, it gives so much benefit, and ultimately it will give us Krishna Prema. So, one who is very serious about Krishna consciousness, if we are really serious, then we will hold on to the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. Or rather, as Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur or Raghunatha Das Goswami in one verse, he says, I actually hold on to the lotus feet of those who chant Radharani's name. So if we can somehow or other hold on to the dhoti of a pure devotee of Srimati Radharani, then our life is successful. So Srimati Radharani ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Srila Prabhupada is one such devotee. Because when he was born, there was only one prayer his father had. Let him be a devotee of Srimati Radharani. And that is why Srila Prabhupada was able to give Srimati Radharani to the whole world. As I said, the concept of Srimati Radharani is so secret that even if you read all the Vedic literature, 108 Upanishads, you read all the Puranas, you can't understand Srimati Radharani. But Srila Prabhupada was so powerful that he was able to give Radharani and Krishna to everybody. We know the story, isn't it? When he established Radha Gopinath, he said, I am leaving you in the hand of Milechas. You take care of them. So he is able to request Srimati Radharani, and by his words, Radharani is taking care of us nicely. So if we can somehow or other hold on to the lotus feet of a pure devotee who follows Srila Prabhupada, then our life is successful. Yeah? So I think it's time. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Radhe. Jai Srimati Radharani ki. Srila Prabhupada ki. Srila Gurudev ki. Gaura Premanande. Is there any questions, comments before we close? No? Okay. Thank you all. Thank you for this opportunity to talk about Srimati Radharani. Let us pray, dance, eat and enjoy the day. Hare Krishna.